guys, welcome back to Jay's Kitchen. So today I'm going to be sharing with you on how I make tomato egg drop soup. It's a very simple recipe, very tasty, and it requires minimal ingredients. And you can cook this tomato egg drop soup within 15 minutes. So whenever you're in a rush to do something and you don't have the time to cook and you just need a comfort food, and this soup is the best for you. So let's see what are the ingredients we need to make this tomato egg drop soup. So what I have here is I have two tomatoes which I'm going to cube, and I've got 2 eggs, and then ground white pepper, and then I have my chicken stock cubes, which I'm going to be making chicken stock using cubes. I don't have any homemade ones in hand at the moment. And then I have my soy sauce, my salt. You can even use sea salt if you would prefer. And then I have my spring onions, where what we're going to do is we're going to slice half the spring onions, the white one separately and the green one separately. And of course we have our corn flour, or of course if you have cornstarch you can use it. So let me get the ingredients and then we can start cooking. So I have my ingredients here. I have my water, which I'm going to add in, it depending how big is your pot. So I'm going to be probably putting in about 4 cups of water. And then I have my cubed tomato, and then my 2 tablespoons of corn flour. But you don't need to put too much, just go according, like I said, to how much of water you're going to put into the pot. So according to that you can actually put in the corn flour. And then of course I've sliced my spring onions, the whites and the greens separately. And I forgot to mention that you will need a little bit of garlic, just for the taste. You don't want it to have too strong of a garlicky taste, but just a little bit. And I have my chicken stock cube here, and I've lightly whisked my eggs, not too much, just lightly whisk it. And also I have my seasoning, my salt, soy sauce, and also the white pepper powder. So let's start cooking. So firstly what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be seasoning my tomatoes with salt a little bit, and I'm going to let it marinate with the salt for about a couple of minutes. Why we do this is that because when you marinate with a little bit of salt, the salt actually extracts the juices from the tomatoes, and this small step actually makes your soup way much tastier. So I'm just going to let it to marinate with the salt for probably just a couple of minutes until you see the juices come out. Okay, so I have my pan. I'm going to add in a little bit of oil. Here's any oil that you have. So I'm just going to add a little bit of oil. I'll let it heat up a little bit. So once the oil has heated up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my tomatoes, which you see has been sitting there for a couple of minutes. Just add in and mix it a little bit. And here we're going to be also adding in our pale green onions. So add it together inside. And then mix it a little bit and allow it to become a little bit mushy. Yeah, just let it cook a little bit, the tomatoes and the spring onions, and allow it to become a little bit mushy before we go in for the next step. So while it's a little bit cooked, I'm going to add in the garlic, the little bit of garlic, and give it a mix there. Okay, give it a nice mix and let it cook a little bit more. So as our tomatoes are getting mushy, you want this consistency where you can see it's a little broken down and mushy. So what you can do is you can add in your water or your chicken stock that you have. So I'm going to add in roughly about, not too much, just probably 3 cups. So I'm adding in about 3 cups of, or maybe a little bit more. 4 cups, yes. I think 4 cups would be the best for this part. So 4 cups. And I'm going to give it a mix and allow it to bubble up again, to boil, before we add in the eggs. So of course, before it starts boiling, I'm going to be adding my chicken cubes together. Just give it a break, because this is one of the ingredients to actually making the chicken stock. So I'm actually mixing it. And this is where we're going to allow it to come to a rapid bubble. So here, as you can see, the soup is actually bubbling, and at this point I'm going to be adding my soy sauce. So I'm going to be adding about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. One and two, maybe a little bit more. Okay. Give it a mix. And I'm going to be adding in, of course, my mixed corn flour to make the soup thicker. I'm not going to be adding in everything, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in like 2 tablespoons at first, or maybe another one more. Then I'm going to give it a mix and allow the mixture to bubble for about a minute or so, and allow it to thicken a little bit. So just allow it to boil for about 2 minutes, and then you will see once it starts thickening, and then we can actually add in the eggs. So my soup has been shimmering about a couple minutes, and you know, it's starting to thicken a little bit. Putting in the corn flour depends on how thick you want your soup to be. You don't want it to be too thick though, so add in accordingly. So right now would be the best time to be adding in the eggs. So the best way to add in the eggs would be to create a sort of a vortex. That's what I've learned to get the perfect eggs, laced eggs on an egg drop soup. So you're creating a vortex, and then you're going to drop in the egg right in the middle. Slowly, gently, and keep stirring. You don't want to stop stirring. And as you can see, you got that beautiful eggy look, the lacy egg look. So what we're going to do is we're going to allow it to cook a little bit, and before that I'm going to allow it to come up to a simmer, and then we're going to add in the white peppers. So as you see, our soup is coming to a simmer. So what I'm going to do is beautiful eggs. So I'm going to add in my white pepper ground. Oops, it's a new bottle, so you're going to add in white pepper according to your taste. It's actually a new bottle. So I'm going to be adding in the white pepper. Go according to how much you want. I don't want to add in too much because I'm especially making the soup for my little one. So you don't want to have a lot of the peppery taste. And at this point, we are going to add in the green spring onions. Just add in everywhere. Give it a mix and taste it. You don't want to put in any salt before you taste it, because as you remember in the beginning, we've already added in the tomatoes that has the taste of the salt. So you're going to lower the heat a little bit. Just taste it. Oh my god, it's so good. So We don't need to add any salt because the salt is just nice, but if you do need to add in more salt, please do accordingly. So this is the egg drop soup, and right now I'm going to switch it off because it's done. So this is my end result of my egg drop soup. See how the egg has turned into a very webbed and lacy design on the soup. It's very tasty. So I hope you like the recipe for the tomato egg drop soup. It's very tasty, very delicious. Please do try, let me know how it turns out. So if you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, like my video, share it on your social media, share it among your friends, share on the recipes. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, Rainbows and Butterflies Forever, please subscribe. Press the notification button that's below the video. Don't just press subscribe, but also don't forget to press the notification bell so you'll always receive an email notification whenever a new video is uploaded on my YouTube channel, Rainbows and Butterflies Forever. So till I see you in my next video, take care, have a good day.